2 hours. Where the deuce have you been, anyhow?
Riding?
Jamie, look. You left here without doing all your chores. The wood box was half empty. The chickens hadn't been fed. And I'm singing, piping mad at you. Now, look, Jamie, we don't mind you riding off and doing whatever's on your mind, but we'd just like to know where you're at. Don't you understand that?
I get 'em done.
Yeah, but not on time.
Look, I get 'em done my way. Does it have to be yours?
Jamie. You talk to me. What's the matter, son? What's on your mind? What's wrong?
Ain't nothing wrong with him. What'd you do to your leg? Here, let me see. Oh. I'll have to do something about that. You're pretty tame. How about us being friends? I could sure use a friend. How's that leg? Come on.
Maybe that crow's all they needed, huh?
Virginia City leads off there. Think you can make it all right?
Made it here, didn't I? Just let me water my mule, clean off my face, and I'll be on my way. Thank you for your help.
There's a pump.
Some spread.
That sure is.
Who's that?
Well, I found him at the bottom of a dry wash. Had himself a fall. He's bruised up some, nothing's broke. He's got too much sass in him to hurt.
Yeah, give him a good rub down. Howdy. I'd say you's the boss around here. That hand of yours need doctoring? Spraying, but I'm still in one piece. Wouldn't take it amiss if you was to tell me to rest a spell and have some grub. Well, why don't you rest a spell and have some grub? Stay the night if you like, too. Enforce myself. Name's John. Honest John, but I answer the other two. Ben Cartwright. You got any one-handed work needs doing, I'll be glad to pay 'em away. No, no need for that. Figure you'd say that. I just want to make a good impression. All right, if I put my friend here in your corral there? So you make this up at home? Obliged. You mind your manners. I want you to A good impression, too. My, how some folks do live. We found what we're looking for, hmm? Lucifer! Well, I thought you was dead. Well, how'd you get yourself in there? You ain't got the sense the Lord give a lizard. I thought that fox had you for sure. Got your leg, didn't he? Let me look at it. You're in a hole still, you devil. Well, you had pretty good doctrine. Better than I have. You've been eating well, too. Oh, John, sure glad to see you. I'll be dang.
Hey, mister, who told you to let that bird out of his cage?
Didn't have to be told.
Well, you just put him back.
No, sir, it's my bird.
He's not your bird, he's my bird. Now give him to me. Give him to me. Now look what you did.
You done it yourself with all your yelling and jumping around.
Well, you let him out of his cage. You had no right to just walk into somebody's barn and get his cage and open
Now,
it.
wait a minute, Jamie. Hold it. We'll get him back. Let's see what's what.
I'll tell you what's what. That bird was scared away from me 2 days ago by a fox. So I got his leg hurt.
I don't believe that. Anybody could come here and say that bird's his.
Can you prove that, mister?
If you can, try calling him. See who he comes to.
That sounds fair enough. Jamie, go ahead. You get first crack. If he comes in, the bird belongs to Jamie, huh?
Come on, Blackie. Come on, Blackie. Come on. Cookies, Blackie, cookies. Come on, Blackie. Come on. Please, Blackie, come on. Come on. Well, it ain't fair. I mean, I haven't had time to teach him that yet.
Don't need no teaching. Lucifer, black devil, you come on down here before I pull your hair out.
The boy put a lot of store in the bird. I'd pay dang near any price for him.
I put store in him, too. He ain't for sale. Now, I've been invited to stay for supper and a night. All right, if I store my gear in there?
Yeah, you're welcome to the bunkhouse if you want.
I couldn't sleep with all the snoring.
Do what you like. But supper will be ready in a minute. If you change your mind, I'll still pay any price for that bird.
Ain't likely. Well, Lucifer, we've been dealt a pretty good hand. Now we figured out how to play it, huh?
Mister, I was around the horn twice before I was 20.
Coffee? More coffee?
Yes. I busted my nose in Singapore, my ribs in Port Said, and my left leg in Nome.
When were you in Singapore? I was there several times.
How were you?
Yeah, second mate on the Lightning. What was your ship?
I busted my right leg falling out of bed in my own house.
Speaking of bed, I think I'm going to go up and get me a little sack time. I'll see you fellas tomorrow. Good night, gentlemen.
Me too. I gotta get a pretty early.
I was ranching down in Kansas at the time. Texas fever wiped me out. First time I took to roaming. Wolfing. The third time is when I had that medicine show. Honest John's Elixir. Good for anything that ails you. Now I'm down to hunting and borrowing.
Well, how about a touch of this medicine for what ails you?
Never said no in my life. I thank you kindly.
Yeah.
Long time since I had anything that good in my gullet. Oh, it's mighty soothing, sir. You set a fine table, Mr. Cartwright.
Thank you.
Please be excused.
Yes, Jimmy. Oh, Jamie. Don't stay too late now. Bedtime.
All right.
Fine boy. Your grandson?
No. No, he's been living with us since his father died.
Neighbors to you?
No, his father was a traveling man. A rainmaker.
It wasn't. Well, boy's been fretting about that crow. I'll look to it. Nothing like a sky full of stars make a man feel alone. You ain't kin to them, are you? You sure don't look like them. You know what I mean? Like the way they act with you. Kind of careful, like. Now, kin folks, they don't care if they hurt your feelings or rile you or grieve you or what they do. Like they had a right to it. Your, folks died recent?
My father,
What was his name?
Tom Hunter.
You know, I ran across a Tom Hunter 5, 6 years ago. He was a rainmaker. Your father have red hair like you and a spiel to bring tears to a grease brush?
Yes.
How nice. That don't be all. So that was your pa. He was a fine man.
Did you know him long?
Well, I just ran into him that once. It was, we were in, memory's got holes in it. He's gone, huh? You sure favor him, you know that? Sorry about Lucifer, boy. Him and me been roaming around together nearly 3 years. He had a busted wing when I found him. I nursed him. I guess he thinks I'm his mama. This hand of mine grieves me a lot more than I like to let on. I sure ought to rest it. You think you could fix it up with him for me to stay here till my hand gets better? It'll take more than a few days, 3 or 4 at the most. You do that for me, and I'll give you Lucifer for your very own.
You mean that?
I said it, boy. Don't doubt it.
Oh, I won't. I'll talk to Mr. Cartwright.
First thing in the morning. Now give him a kiss, Lucifer. Why don't you tell him to come directly to me?
Well, I guess he thought he'd be more likely to say yes if I asked for him.
And you want him to stay so the crow will be here.
Well, kind of, but he said he'd give me the crow if he got to stay.
You like him, don't you?
Yes, sir.
He's a conniving old rascal, but I like him, too. All right. Go on, tell him he can stay. Although if I know Honest John, he's already heard it.
John.
I heard. Now, first thing you gotta do is fix this here place up. I'm gonna stay. I'm gonna have me some comforts. You got a bed around here?
Yeah, there's one up in the attic.
We'll patch you down. And gotta figure me a way to hang some blankets around there. This place was all drafts last night. Could use me a chair, lamp, or a lantern. You can scrounge them up.
Oh, sure. Hello, Lucifer. Is he mine now?
Well, you've done what you said you would, so I think as long as I'm around here, you might as well stay out here with me. It'd be kind of messy in the house.
Oh, sure. Did you really know my father?
Said I did, didn't I? Come on, I want to show you some of Lucifer's tricks. Money, Lucifer. Come on, Lucifer.
I'll be darned.
I'll show you another one here. Let me get my cards out here. Amy! Sink was looking for you. I was just showing him some of Lucifer's tricks. Now, you watch this one. These here's fortune cards. I stole them from a gypsy. She had a parrot done for me. I taught Lucifer how. All right, Lucifer, take a card. Take a card. Give it to Jamie. Go on, give it to him. Give it to him. Now, read it. Go on, read it.
Read it?
Yeah.
A stranger will change your life.
By golly, how about that? A stranger will change your life. Ain't he great? Smartest bird I ever saw.
Oh, well, I better be going. Thanks, John.
You gave him Lucifer, huh? Mm-hmm. Well, I thank you for him. No, I don't mention it. Reckon I'm obliged to you, too. You got any chore and you want done around here, you let me know. I may be a conniving rapscallion, but I give for what I take. The wordless rascal. Just so as we understand each other. I was hoping for that, John. You know, the boy seems to be unhappy about something.
Yeah, I could see.
He's taken to you. That could be good for him. It could be bad.
You put me on notice?
Just so as we understand each other.
Well, all you need now is a God bless our happy home sign hung up someplace.
I got one to make in my embroidery hoop. Stretch that out tight, boy. I don't want no drafts, and I like my privacy.
Jamie, I'd like to talk to you for a minute if I could.
I reckon I can fetch that mattress myself.
How long's he gonna stay anyhow?
Just till his hand gets better. Your pa said he could.
I missed you out riding today.
Oh, well, I was busy.
Yeah. How about tomorrow?
I don't know, maybe.
Yeah. Well, I'll see you, Jamie.
Just rest a spell, catch my breath. Dang near knocked the bottle over. Here, you take these. Thing's lumpy. Boy, about that thing in there. Sometimes a man's just gotta wet his whistle.
It's all right. My pa did it, too.
And you know how it is.
Sure. Where did you meet him, John?
Hey, your pa? What is I just remember, was you ever in Nebraska?
Nebraska? Yeah, I think so.
That's where it was. Nebraska. Right outside, Omaha. Right outside of Omaha, Nebraska. I was camped for the night, and your pa come along. He seen my outfit, and told me he planned on hitting town the next day. Didn't make sense for a medicine show and a rainmaker to hit town the same day, so we played cards to see who'd go in first. You was asleep in the back of the wagon.
Who won?
Your pa. Only time I ever laid eyes on him. I'll tell you, I remember it like it was yesterday. Yes.
Sometimes I can't remember what he looks like.
Oh, but that's natural, boy. Natural.
Hey, John, do you feel like riding out with me tomorrow, seeing something?
All right.
Good. That's all right?
Yeah, that's gonna be... Get that thing back up.
Here it is.
How'd you ever find this place?
Just riding. These were my father's. Here's his pocket watch. Here's his picture. That's my mother with him. It's their wedding picture.
Why do you keep these things out here?
Oh, no special reason.
House belongs to Cartwrights. This here place is yours, huh?
Don't you like the Cartwrights?
Yeah, I like them a lot. I mean, they're real good to me. Give me everything I ever want or need. You know, the only thing I ever got without their doing was Lucifer. And then Haas had to help me with the cage.
Sometimes a man's kind to you. It's a sight harder to take than if he's downright mean.
No, it's not that. It's living with them. I do things the way they do, think the way they think. Sometimes I even wake up at nights thinking that they're my family. I never had any other. The point is, they're not my family. And I'm scared that I'm forgetting everything about my pa and the way we lived.
Sure, boy. There ain't a man alive wouldn't like to live his own life. Now, you take me. Living under a roof, people around me all the time. Now, that ain't for me. I'm gonna do it because I'm getting old. I can't care for myself proper. And see me dying off in the middle of nowhere. Nobody around to give a hoot. It's an awful way to go, boy. It's the worst. So I'm living civilized. Got my company manners on. It's a strain, I'll tell you.
What happened to your wagon, John?
Well, I had me a little too much to drink one night. Time I come around, the sheriff had sold it off and the team, too, to pay for the damages. And I just ain't been able to get enough together since then to buy another.
Come here.
Where you going?
I want to show you something.
Hey, looks like the tide went out. Wasn't this full this morning?
Almost.
Oh, John, huh?
Why, you can't accuse a man without evidence.
John arrives and the brandy vanishes. I'd say that was evidence enough.
What do you suggest?
Well, I suggest you tell him to lay off the brandy or go down the road.
Well,
What do you mean, well? You've put hired hands on that kind of notice before.
he's not a hired hand.
Darn right he ain't. He's a dang conniving old thief that's done cornswoggled himself a free bed and a free meal, and he's a troublemaker, too. He's got Hop Sing all riled up in half the hands. He won't let him in the tack room. He tells him it's his private property.
Yeah, but he's been able to get through to the boy, which we haven't been able to do for some time.
Yeah? Well, I don't know whether that's good or bad.
No, he's been good for the boy so far. Let's see what happens.
You dragged me out here to see this?
It isn't busted up so bad we couldn't fix it. Used to be a homesteader, but he moved out. Don't you think we could fix it?
What for?
So we could use it. I mean, we could do it right out here and nobody'd have to know about it. We could go off in it together. The way you used to. The way I did with my pa.
I ain't your father, boy.
No?
You got no call on me, and I got none on you.
That's right.
And you got no right to put something like that to me. You get me in trouble all around. I go off with you like as not I'd spend the rest of my days in jail.
Sorry I said anything.
No. I don't know why you did, boy. You and me, we got needs. Eating regular and sleeping warm and don't answer 'em. Well, I'll tell you one thing. I ain't gonna do nothing till my hand feels better. Ain't promising you nothing. Think on that.
John, you in there? Well, I got my chores done. Let's go.
Go where, boy?
To the wagon. You said we'd work on it today. And I found some old spokes that I got stored behind the barn that we can fix the wheel with. And I found some old...
Oh, I ain't feeling right. I got something ailing me. We'll do it tomorrow, I promise you.
All right. Can I get you anything?
No, I don't need nothing. Just leave me be. Ugh. You shut up.
Mr. Cartwright, I meant to tell you about that. See, Mr. Cartwright. Mr. Cartwright, really, he didn't do it. I spilled it.
Don't lie, Jamie. That's right, Jamie. Don't lie. If you're talking about the brandy, Mr. Cartwright, it was me that spilled it. All over me.
I'll talk to you later when you're sober.
Well, don't just look at me, boy. I feel poorly. Help me.
Now, why did you do it, John? Why?
Well, I got thinking about you. What'd be the right thing to do. And got me such thirst, I just couldn't help it.
That's no reason.
Only reason I got. Think they throw me out for a thing like that?
I don't know.
They wouldn't throw a man out for just one little drink.
That wasn't just one little drink.
Then square it for me with them, Jamie. Listen to me. There may be this and that we don't like about it, but you and me, we got a good thing going here. We'd be fools if we got ourselves shut out.
You mean we're not going to do anything about the wagon?
I'm trying to get you to see it my way, boy.
We're not going anywhere?
I didn't say that. I can't even think. I feel so poorly.
Mr. Cartwright,
What is it, Jamie?
I want to pay for the brandy you took.
How do you propose to do that?
Well, I figured next time you went into town for supplies,
I could go with you and maybe chart the livery stable until it was paid off.
Don't you think that's John's responsibility?
I want to pay for it.
Oh, Jamie, I'm proud of you for standing up for a friend and for wanting to take on his responsibility, but Jamie, don't read more into a man than common sense tells you is there.
Will you let me pay for it?
Did you understand what I said?
Yes, sir.
All right. All right, you can pay for it.
Thank you.
What you do here?
What you make me do?
I make you do. You take it. You go. You get out of my kitchen.
Find what I'm looking for.
Where do you keep the corkscrew? Get away from me.
Put that down.
I wasn't going to use
Put
it.
that down.
I was just looking for a corkscrew.
Jamie? Would you leave us, please? Oh, what's all this about?
Look, he make a big mess up of my
Oh,
kitchen.
he made me do it. He comes sneaking in on me, scared me half to death. I was just looking for something from my stomach.
You get out of my kitchen.
You don't give me no orders.
Mr. Cartwright, you tell him stay out of my kitchen.
I guess you're going to send me down the road.
You'd have been down that road a long time ago if it hadn't been for Jamie.
Well, you think I don't know that? Remember, you put me on notice right at the start. Except I know something you don't. Wasn't for me, you could have lost him.
Now, what's that supposed to mean?
He's got this notion he wants me to help him fix up a wagon he found. Go out with him on the road, like his daddy used to. I talked him out of it.
Why? Because it suited your purpose? You've been using that boy, playing on him ever since you got here. Do you have any feelings for him at all?
Of course I do. That's why I'm here. I just wanted something to nail myself together so I could brace up and make an appearance for him.
Oh, of course. You weren't looking for an excuse for a drink, were you?
You're right. I was. I'm a liar, Mr. Cartwright. That's a sorry fact. I'm a liar. But when you're broke, sick, and old, everybody just turns their back on you. You go hungry and you sleep in ditches. Guess so, even just a dry corner to lay in is something to dream about. Sure hope you won't throw me out.
You certainly haven't acted like somebody who wanted to stay.
Want me to go, just say so.
No. I'll tell you when.
Thank you. Thank you kindly.
What'd you have to do it for?
Don't you be having me, boy. I had enough, John. Truly, you ask too much. Expect everybody to act just like you. Do everything you think's right. Person can't even act like a human being around neither one of you. Can't even take one little drink, even if his inside is burning up. Don't play with the bird, boy. He don't like it.
Yes, he does.
I said he don't like it. Come here, Lucifer. Come on. Come on over here, Dad. Baby.
He's my bird, John.
He ain't.
He is so. You gave him to me because I got him fixed up so he could stay here.
Well, I ain't staying, so I'm taking him back.
I don't care what you do.
Well, the payroll's almost finished. Off to bed, Jamie?
Yes.
Jamie. Come on over here. Jamie, let me tell you about older people.
Come on, you cut, boy. You don't want
No, thank you. Sometimes they do foolish things. In fact, sometimes they act more like children than children do, without realizing the consequences. And John is old. He's had a very hard life. You know, in some ways, you're more grown up than he is. Hey, how about some milk and cookies, huh?
All right. Lucifer, bring that
Lucifer!
Lucifer! I don't see him.
Hey, what happened anyhow?
Oh, that bird flew off with a $20 bill.
Where?
How do I know where?
Where's it at?
Where's what?
You know what, the money. Where is it? Did he bring it to you?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Look, John, give me the money and I'll tell him you didn't have anything to do with it, please.
Lucifer took some of my money, John. Did you happen to see where he put it?
I don't know nothing about no money.
Well, he probably dropped it outside somewhere. We'll look for it in the morning. If we find it, of course, we won't have to search for it. See you then.
Well, don't look at me like that, boy. I ain't done anything.
Why don't you just go?
Flew the coop. Mew, crow, and all.
Does Jamie know?
Yeah. It ain't losing the crow that's got Jamie upset so much, boy. It's John turning out like he did.
Yeah. Yeah, it's true. And I guess Jamie felt that with Johnny. It was like having his father back, because his father was a traveling man.
Yeah. Paul. With that much money on him, he'd head straight for town, wouldn't he?
What'll you do if you find him?
Well, I'll talk to him, try to talk him into coming back. If I can't do that, I'll at least try to get him to give the crow back to Jamie. Anything.
Good luck.
Hey, John. John? Hey, John.
It'll take more than that to wake him up.
Hey, he ain't just drunk. He's sick. He's burning up.
He wasn't when I found him. I better get a doctor.
Yeah, just bring him on that Ponderosa. I'm going to take him out there.
All right.
Lay still back there, John. You're a pretty sick fella.
Where you taking me, Hoss?
To the Ponderosa. You're going to need some nursemaiding, and the doc says he can't do it by himself. He says you got more booze in your veins than you have blood, and we're going to wring you out.
I ain't going.
You ain't got much choice in the matter. A tomcat could push you over.
I sold Jamie's crow.
Yep. We're going to have to tell him.
I lied to him. Told him I knew his paw and I ain't never even seen him.
Uh-huh.
I took that money.
Yep. You're a pretty disreputable fella, ain't you?
Ain't worth the hold up there, man. Reckon Jamie's pretty sore.
Sort of cut up at that.
Ain't gonna be easy to face him, Hoss. I sold your crow, boy.
Why'd you bring him back?
Jamie. He's a sick man.
I don't care if he dies.
Hey, Jamie. It's about time you faced up to some facts, boy. He's the same man he always was. It was you that tried to make him something he wasn't. You can't blame him for not being able to live up to it.
He's a liar and a thief.
He's also a sick man. He's near dead.
Well, then why didn't you just leave him where you found him? John? John? John?
Hey, Paul. Who's that?
It's a strange one.
Yeah. He wasn't asleep, Jamie. It was real easy.
No. He said that was the worst way to die.
How do you mean?
Alone. Nobody around to give a hoot about it. That's what he was afraid of. And that's why he came here. That's the way he died. Thinking nobody gave a hoot.
I don't think so. Read that. He must have wrote it there at the end like a will and testament. I bequeath to my friend, Jamie Hunter, all of my earthly possessions, which ain't much, including my crow.
But I don't understand. I mean, this doesn't mean anything. He didn't have anything.
Oh, of course it means something, boy. Don't you see? It means along toward the end there that his mind must have slipped back to the time when he had the crow. And when you and him was friends and you cared about him and he knew it. Don't you see? That's all that counts, Jamie, is when he died, he felt like somebody cared about him, that you was his friend. Don't you see?